Let's start off with the authorities who are out in full force on the country's roads as people head to various holiday destinations. Malungelo Booi joins us live from a O KAE MOLAO operation. Malungelo, very good morning to you. Police have been out in full force looking to find anyone who is doing anything wrong and, of course, hoping to keep some sort of cohesion on the roads. What is it looking like out there?
I'll tell you this, Mpho, if anyone is traveling today, you're bound to be stopped by law enforcement officials, not only here in Gauteng, in fact, across the country. So they're checking whether people are, the people that are driving the vehicles on the road, first, that the people are fit to drive those cars, but also to see if the cars are roadworthy. I quickly want to bring in the Deputy Police Commissioner here in Gauteng, Mthombeni. So thank you so much for your time. So how are we doing this morning thus far?
No, thus far we are doing great with this operation O KAE MOLAO. As you know, that we're paying another installment. We are currently in Orange Farm. Why Orange Farm? Orange Farm is one of our top 40 police stations in terms of contributing, of which the top 40 is contributing 40.5%. Okay. And it is, of course, the top 30 of the national crime stations. Yeah. We have started with a suspect raid yesterday with the detectives. We netted 869 suspects, of which 226 is gender-based violence, of which 225 is the females. I must indicate that on these operational activities, we managed to arrest one person who can't believe that for drunken driving. Yeah. We also got one vehicle which is tampered with a Toyota Corolla. We also have taken 11 people for illegal immigrants, of which Home Affairs is supposed to do a verification. What we must indicate with Orange Farm is that the stakeholder collaboration is important. The new appointed station commander have taken 4, is involving the business community, is involving the community policing forum. And this is the festive season, again, another installment for O KAE MOLAO. Yeah.
I've got to ask you this, Commissioner. One of the most important things that we often see during this time of the year is also children playing on the streets unsupervised. How important is it for the parents to play their part in that regard?
As you know for the fact, Malungelo, that the police alone, they will not be in a position to can deal with the challenges within the communities, including the crime. So it is critically important that the parents has to be taking care of their children. And of course, we know that primarily the South African Police Service is responsible for prevention of crime. But the police can't be on each and every corner of the street. So it's critically important that the parents has to take that role.
A quick recap. I need to make sure that I've heard you correctly. From last night, there's about 800 people that have been arrested, right?
Over 800, to be precise, 869.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your time. Mthombeni there. He's the Deputy Provincial Commissioner here in Gauteng. Mpho. I mean, he talked, I'll tell you why, Mpho, I asked the question about children and the role that parents and the police need to play in making sure that children are safe. You'd remember Orange Farm is one of those areas really where we've seen in the past children being kidnapped and then being found killed on the field. And I remember a story of a young girl which I did last year who went missing and was found dumped in an open field. And you've heard the Deputy Police Commissioner here in Gauteng saying that parents need to play their part and make sure that they know where their children are and where they are playing with. But of course, saying all in all from last night, there's about 800 suspects that were arrested. About 200 of those suspects apparently were arrested for gender-based violence. So in this particular operation, though, what authorities are looking for, they're looking not only for, whether the vehicles on the road are roadworthy and whether the people that are driving those cars are actually fit to drive those cars, but they're also trying to find, whether, they're trying to find illegal substances like illegal firearms and drugs. And also earlier on, we saw them arresting a person for being in possession of drugs, but they've also taken in several illegal migrants who were actually stuffed inside a car for being taken to one of the local shops where apparently they were.